This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
And a pleasant good afternoon, live from Edmond North High School, site of the Area Consolation Finals. Well, to play it simple, you win and you go to state. You lose and your season is finished. And, you know, that really is kind of, I know it's kind of hard to say.
Yes, sir.
But Gordy Jones, along with myself, Eric Sherem, going to spend a little bit of time with you. I know you're the Carl Albert connection, and I know many of the Carl Albert faithful know who you are and can connect to that way, and you can connect to the girls. And these are two teams that know each other well, played each other twice so far. They're in the same district. It's a 2 and a 3. Newcastle finishing first. Newcastle already punched their ticket to state. And by the way, just got to brag up our OSN teams, and it's very much similar to football. With our 13 schools in football, we had 8 made the playoffs and 5 made the semifinals.
Huge.
Right now, we've already got Newcastle in, Del City in for both boys and girls. And we're hoping that Midwest City and Carl Albert make the trifecta. Lawton High came up shy, losing by 1, but they would have had to play Midwest City in that consolation round, and they were the state runner-up last year, losing to Booker T in the fairgrounds, the last in the Big House. And I can't wait to get to the new OG&E Coliseum. That is really the new shiny penny in Oklahoma City.
It's nice, Eric. It's so nice. Got a pleasure at watching it online, watching them kind of put the floor down. And it's just kind of magical to see the old stadium coming down with so much history, and now you see the new stadium coming up, like you say. Just excited to see some of these teams in that stadium.
We got 11 minutes before we tip this one off. I know you're going to go down and get Coach's comments before we start this game, but it's El Reno and the Carl Albert Titans. Yeah, it's a rematch of the regular season in district. The winner will advance to state, and that's the most important. If you get into the final 8, you're in good company in the 32 that are in the classes. We've also got another matchup going on at the same time over in Piedmont, and that's Bishop McGinnis and Midwest City. Now, the boys will be here for the Midwest City Bishop matchup later at 7 o'clock, and we'll be carrying that as well. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back to it as you're watching the Mid-Del Game of the Week with the Carl Albert Lady Titans right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
All right, back here at the Edmond North Gym, site of this showdown, where the winner will advance to the state championship. It's area consolation finals. Congratulations to all the winners. Hey, one thing I want you to do is download our free app. It's free to download. It's free to watch if you're on Apple and Android devices just by searching the Oklahoma Sports Network. Also, if you want to connect to us in your home, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. For those who are watching on Facebook, you can catch us there. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's always growing. It's always a great opportunity. But looking forward to this one because, if you're one of the girls, I know that Carl Albert kind of got left out last year. Mm-hmm. And I think the underclassmen kind of remember that feeling.
Definitely.
And they say, that's not where Carl Albert wants to be. We're the home of champions for a reason. And we play at the best, and congratulations to the swim team. I know Kirk Norman called some of the games, and they just come back with the first ever tandem of boys and girls winning a state title.
Yes.
So Carl Albert just keeps reining in, of course, starting with football, going on down. They'll be competitive in baseball as well. We'll see them. But in basketball, Carl Albert, he was kind of on the fringe last year and on the outside looking in, and that was kind of unfamiliar territory. So I kind of want to see how they respond here. This is a good matchup for a tune-up before next week, because you're going to have your real legs, because next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it's all over.
Exactly, Eric. It could be a do-or-die situation, and playing in a game like this, like you said, they have to sharpen these tools and have to kind of get back to what they were, doing continuously throughout the season. With so many big games coming ahead, you can't take an opponent like El Reno for granted in the least bit. But like you said earlier, Carl Albert is in this familiar territory, and they're really looking to kind of go right back to where they were before.
Yeah, a nice gym, nice facility.
Right.
Edmond always opens their doors with a great hospitality, a great working environment, and a great environment. Another really good one that they've had some semifinals in the smaller schools, and I've been there, is UConn. And I'll tell you what, if you've ever been to UConn and they pack the gym and they make some noise, it is so loud, insanely loud.
I've heard stories.
Well, but just because it's on top of you. I mean, this is kind of the same way, and they make these gyms where it doesn't reflect out, it's all back down on top of you. And so, if you can pack out a gym, you can make some noise. And so those smaller schools, congratulations on all of the A and Bs that had all of their stuff going on. So it's really a great opportunity. So we are at about 5:30 mark. We're going to let you go down and talk to Coach, hopefully get some insight to this matchup. The Carl Albert Lady Titans taking on the Lady El Reno Indians. We'll be back right after this timeout. You're watching the OSN presentation of Area Consolation Finals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
All right, we are back here at Edmond North, so let's go down to Gordy Jones, who's got Coach standing by.
Eric. Here with the great Coach Kyle Ritchie once again. Coach Ritchie, thank you for your time again. I appreciate you. So, what was your message to the team before today's game?
Play hard, play smart, play together. I mean, they know what's on the line. The first two games that we played them mean nothing right now.
Coach Ritchie, on a quick reaction there.
I mean, just they know what it's going to take. Right. I got people that have been in the fire, and they're helping these young pups. They know what's on this at stake also.
So what do you want to see from your players before tip-off?
You know, and I heard Jay say it the other day, can't get too high, can't get too low. Do what we've been doing. Right. We didn't play bad the other night. We just didn't finish it. Play like that, and I think we're going to be fine. This is a dang good basketball team. That lady on the other end has won back-to-back state championships, right. So I know she's got something for us. Whatever we do, we're going to have to make adjustments. Right. It's going to take 32 minutes.
Right. Shouts out to Coach Douglas. But any specific key that you want to focus on in today's game?
Communication. We talked about that in there. Don't, my bad. Communicate. Effort, energy. If you're tired, tell me. We got a deep bench. You know, don't take a play off and give up something just because you want to stay out there. Trust your teammates. What's a good shot? What's a better shot? Who's willing to take a charge? Every 50-50 ball. Little things add up to big things. You know that.
Well, looking forward to it, Coach. Wish you the best of luck always. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Gordy. I appreciate it. You know, he kind of put it down. Everything's on the line. They know it. There's a seasoned team across the other shore court with El Reno. They certainly have been in positions, in fact, winning a state title. So they're no stranger to the postseason. So the best of the best. Area consolation on the line. We're about a minute 16 before we tip this one off. I know we'll have the national anthem. We'll have the starting lineups. And we'll have so much more. And so it's great to have you along. And we want to thank our title sponsor of the playoffs, which is Between the Lines. Join Coach Vic and Tony Johnson on Oklahoma High School Girls Between the Lines as they deliver thoughtful analysts in in-depth conversations and meaningful coverage of programs across the state. It's Coach Vic and Tony Johnson, Between the Lines, and they are your playoff title sponsors right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So we've got about 40 seconds before they have the national anthem. We'll get to the anthem, and then we'll get to the starting lineups. And we'll do that right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
All right, welcome back to Edmond North High School, site of the El Reno Indians, Carl Albert Lady Titans in the area consolation finals. Your starting lineups is brought to you by Precision Nutrition. For all your nutrition needs in one shake or tea, come to Precision Nutrition at 4603 Southeast 29th at 105 in Del City. You can order on the phone or give them a call. And the Carl Albert Lady Titans are the visiting team, and they are going to be introduced first. What are you looking for these starters right here? Get the tempo. And Coach says, if you're tired, tell me, because we got a good bench.
Exactly. Communication is the main key that Coach Kyle Ritchie kind of led with, and I totally understand watching from the last ball game. What we're definitely looking for today is Kyle to kind of continue on. They played a really good game the other day, Eric. Played a really good ball game, just wasn't able to finish. But you'll look for, of course, the seniors and Jakari Brown and Audrey Plunkett, kind of the leaders of this Titan team right now. But, of course, Hayden Harrell will be leading the way as the point guard. One of the most, influential players and one of the most, important players to this Carl Albert ball team is the freshman Zoe Johnson. Zoe Johnson is a
freshman, too.
A freshman.
I mean,
she's just, like you say, so skilled. Just so many, accolades as far as playing great on defense, being a great ball handler, being, a great controller of the offense. But, of course, like I said, she just causes so much havoc and just so much pressure on the defensive end. She makes it just hard for any point guard or any shooting guard out on that arc.
Thomas gets a start there for the El Reno Lady Indians as they're going through that. And our first quarter sponsor is brought to you by Scrambled. We start this game the way you should start your day. For breakfast or brunch, try their chicken and pancakes and deep-fried French toast. 1742 Northeast 23rd Street Suite there in Oklahoma City. Give them a call, 405-900-5972. Scrambled, your first quarter sponsor. And, of course, our title sponsor is Between the Lines with Coach Vic and Tony Johnson of Oklahoma High School Girls. Get you settled. El Reno Indians are going to be in their all-whites with the blue numbers. Carl Albert in their dark reds. And we got 8 on the board, and you know what that means. We're excited to get that final break of the huddle. Let's get this one tipped off.
Exciting, Eric, exciting. Love a big game like this. So much on the line. It's either do or die, win or go home.
Well, we kind of had that in the pregame of kind of set of how this works. And basically, you understand the mathematics in this. It's not, hey, we're in double elimination or we have a chance to redeem ourselves.
Yes, sir.
That was just a day or so ago, a couple of days ago when the girls played on Thursday. You either punched your straight ticket to go to state or with a loss because of your preceding success to be able to come in and get a consolation final. And that's where we are looking at, staring down the barrel at Edmond North High School. 8 on the board in the great state of Oklahoma. Gordy Jones, along with myself, Eric Sherman. We got another great ball game with Bishop McGinnis and the Midwest City Lady Bombers. And that's also on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So we don't mind you going back and forth. Opening tip ready to throw up and is controlled by the Carl Albert Lady Titans. So the Titans get the opening tip, and they'll start off with their offense. Perimeter passing. Around the key. A little bit of a move, and like we said, these teams kind of know each other. They played each other twice, and Coach says throw that out the window. Both know what's in ahead of them.
Exactly. Game's changed.
3 ball on the way, once, twice, and we'll go in.
To start out, Jakari Brown kind of had a slow start from the last ball game, but look for Jakari Brown to try to be the lead of this Carl Albert offense today. Great job starting out with the three-pointer.
Yeah, and I don't care how they go in, a little bounce out or whatever.
Right.
But the Bobby Lewis Insurance, surprising great rates to serve you. Call 405-281-6700. El Reno looking to try to capitalize, coming back down the other way.
Ooh, nice.
So you answer points with points.
All right.
Richardson is able to capitalize on that to get the deuce to make it 3-2.
Way to put it off the glass by Jada Richardson. Nice tough move against 2 defenders.
Kind of taking away that low post. You got really some length down below. Oh, and then a sneak attack up off the glass for 2.
What a look right there, Eric.
Well, that's what you want. Open man gets free underneath.
Got to hit those.
She found that, yeah, and we'll take the bank shot off the glass. Loose ball picked up by the Carl Albert Titans. They got the numbers. 2-on-1. Up off the glass for 2 is good.
Easy money there for Audrey Plunkett. Nice feed there by Jakari Brown. Carl Albert does like to turn it over on these teams, and they will use a relentless amount of defense to keep the El Reno Indians at bay today.
Yeah, and that's really the forte there of Coach Ritchie. Wants to really pick the pocket, really kind of put the stress, and we got a travel and a turnover, so the Carl Albert Lady Titans are going to take another advantage. They get a steal, and now they get a turnover.
Another good defender for Carl Albert. Carl Ritchie's defense just relentless. Just a spitting image of his personality, Malia Hatchett. Daughter of the
Coach Hatt's daughter, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, just great defense. A lot of skills with this young lady as well.
Congratulations to his Del City team that went on. Oh, there it is. Another 3-ball, and when it rains, it pours. We'll take it. And Jakari Brown gets the 3 to make it 10.
Jakari Brown with about 80% of the points right now for Carl Albert.
We'll take it. And you know what? When you're a freshman and you're coming back for 3 more years.
Right, you can do that.
How exciting is that? Little drive with a penetration. Ooh. She'll get a little bit of contact going in. And a whistle. And the first foul in the ball game.
We'll be on
3.
Harrell.
Yeah, it's Harrell. Harrell is going to pick up her first, team first. Remember, a couple of years ago, they switched to have the 5 team fouls per quarter.
Right.
I like that. You kind of did away with the 1-and-1.
Definitely.
El Reno gets the first one. Knock in to chip away at that lead. Second shot coming up. 5:25 mark here of quarter 1. And like all basketball games, these are fast and furious. They're going to be in a blink of an eye, quick.
Blink of an eye.
Over. And now it's a 10-4 contest.
Nice there by Juliana Thomas. Jules, as they call her.
6-point lead for the Lady Titans. Go to the top of the key. Try to gain a little bit of, they're really spreading them out, that little zone, 2-3 zone. For the 3-ball, they'll say, okay, well, we're going to try the open shots for the 3, and there is a turnover there where she took a step. So both teams caught with a little bit of extra.
Right.
Get this one feeded, still pressure. Crosses the timeline. Little handoff. I always hated when you hand it off like right there. So what do you want me to do with it? Wide open 3-ball. Hits the front end of the iron, but gets the rebound, and the put back up for 2 is good.
What a nice rebound there.
Well, and you got to box out. If you're Lady Titans, you want to make sure that they're not going to get those easy ones.
That was kind of what the game was like against Newcastle, Eric. Just having a hard time kind of boxing out some of those bigs for the Newcastle Racers. But Carl Albert, this will be a really good game to kind of get back to.
Look at 4 down there for El Reno. It's that's
She's got
Aaron.
A lot of size.
She does. Goes baseline. Oh, nice little kick out. Fights for the rebound. Loose ball picked up by the Lady Titans.
Shot by Plunkett, just kind of pulled the string there on that one.
Oh, kind of a pass that goes out of her reach. She is able to contain that, and we'll go to the top of the key and we'll start new. Almost halfway through quarter 1, and that's how fast these go. Down below, 1 bounce up off the glass. The bank is open.
Nice tough move there by Plunkett. El Reno Indians switch between the 2-3 and the 3-2 zone.
Lead is up to double. Here's the other. See what I say, the exchange when you're so close to your opponent? I mean, you're going to run right into her, and luckily the exchange was not a turnover for the Lady Titans. They're going to go baseline underneath, up off the glass, and, man, if they can maintain that, they're going to stay in this game. And they've taken the outside shots. They're working it down underneath.
Exactly. Using Laney Wright and the bigs down low to screen.
Still in that zone. Goes baseline. Little one hopper with a leg. Up. And the rebound by the El Reno Lady Indians. So just like that, as Aaron gets the rebound.
Such a presence down low. Aaron Romanos.
Talked about that. There are a lot of Romanos in the El Reno line. Oh, and just a little bit too much. And an in-air pass underneath. And that goes out of bounds safely. And Lady Titans will, poor young lady, she had to
go run
all the way to the tunnel.
all the way down there.
Hey, we usually have someone down there.
There's no one down there.
And not on that side, there's no one. All right, to inbounds. Lady Titans with no pressure against El Reno. Very interesting. They're just going to let them walk it up.
Right. Very interesting.
Well, they sit in that zone. They're just setting up, waiting for you to come. They're not going to try to pressure you. working their way around. Outside perimeter passing. Down below. That far corner gets tied up, tries to go baseline once, twice, hard, and they're going to say the bucket counts and the harm.
Brinley Crawford new into the game, one of the other freshmen for the Carl Albert girls basketball team.
We're going to see this on instant replay because, watch how she just takes it strong, down, not going to be denied, puts it up.
So strong.
And a triple elite screen pinning opportunity.
She'll land that extra.
And the Toonies buys houses free throw to make it a 3-point swing. And the bucket counts.
You can see Kyle Ritchie putting Brinley Crawford and Kinley Sutton into the ball game, using these post players. See if they can do a little bit more battle down low against Laney Wright and Aaron Romanos. See if they can combat that a little bit in the post area.
Zoe Johnson's going to pick up her first, going to be the team's second with a hold. I watched one of the other games in this before regional and area that there was some calls that were a three ball hits and connects.
I didn't know she had that type of range.
Well, and they gave her the wide open look, and just like that,
Aaron Romanos.
15-11. You can live and die by threes, and right now living good for the El Reno Lady Indians to chip away into that Carl Albert lead.
Oh, no doubt.
Down to 4 is the that's just a little bit too much, and it's a steal by El Reno.
Nice
and
cut.
now they're really going to try to capitalize it. Coming down underneath, and there's another sloppy pass that goes out of bounds. So Carl Albert escapes here because that could have been a good run for the El Reno Lady Indians.
Perfect timing for a turnover at that point. Unfortunately, El Reno not able to capitalize on that one.
Your scrambled first quarter comes down to $1:42 remaining. 3 ball on the way. Yeah, that's just money.
From down deep there.
From the State Farm Bobby Lewis. 3 for the Lady Titans.
Oh, just another inopportune turnover there by Romanos. Just a long pass trying to get that ball down low to right.
And I know you're in high school, but I think the pressure is that you just want to try to get something back. They hit a 3, you want to respond quickly, and you're not playing smart.
Exactly.
And just it's a throwaway that shouldn't have happened. And you got to patiently, just like they patiently wait for defense, offense they can do the same.
Got to be cautious. Hit it perfectly on the head, Eric. Got to be cautious in moments like this. Every possession is pivotal.
Man. You said that right. Every possession, it seems like. And, a lot of people don't look at it that way.
Right.
Top of the key, a little perimeter passing up top. They will not let you go underneath unless you slip through there. And that's why the open shots and the threes, they're fighting down below.
Oh, no doubt.
Trying to go down that low post. That doesn't work. So perimeter passing. And next year we're going to have a shot clock, so that will change for the bigger schools. But kind of a little bit stalled around, but Carl Albert is still able to come up with it. Loose pass is deflected. 3 ball on the way. Woo! Hit it! Just like that. I mean, are they perfect on threes? I mean, it looks like they are.
Jakari Brown.
I don't know if Jakari or the team has missed so far.
She's been hot.
21, and the freshman is showing her stuff. Goes hard, charge to the lane. They're going to call an offensive.
Kinley Sutton, kind of her specialty right there, Eric. We see Kinley Sutton a lot, do a lot of these sets, getting a lot of these charging calls, able to turn the ball over again on the Indians. Now Carl Albert able to spread this lead up to 10.
Yeah, that's pretty good comfort zone. I know Coach Ritchie's not going to be happy and satisfied until it's like the fourth quarter and like 5 seconds left.
He doesn't relax.
But,
he does not relax.
No. And we don't want him to either.
One thing I love about Coach Ritchie for sure.
Well, basketball has swings, and it has momentum, and right now the Lady Titans have got the advantage here in quarter 1.
And you can't take your foot off the gas. And it's a situation, like you said, Eric, earlier, you have to stay calm in a moment like this. You have to play cautiously, but in the same time, you have to know that every possession is important, so you have to capitalize on each opportunity.
Puts it on there on the floor, and they're going to get a travel called, so she took the extra step.
Look,
a little bit
move
extra.
right there.
Yeah.
Picked up that foot.
So Crawford is able to, that's going to be end of quarter already. 21-11. The Lady Titans with the lead. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes.
Call Rob and Will.
If you're the Carl Albert Lady Titans, that was a mighty good quarter.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I mean, executed. You know, if they're going to take away the low post and you're going to give us the outside shots, we'll take it.
The Indians so far are doing a really good job on the defensive zone, keeping Carl Albert out of the paint, but Carl Albert's just been so hot from the outside. Playing a really good amount of defense so far.
Loose up underneath the rim, and
nice
Carl
steal.
Albert is able to get the rebound, just not going to wait and hesitate. Rattles around. That's probably the first three that has been no good, and there's a whistle down underneath.
Push on number 5, Hallie Ferguson.
Bail Bonds by Tamara as your second quarter sponsor. Have you missed your bail on paying a ticket? Call Bail Bonds at Tamara, 405-251-5110, 15 years plus of serving the community.
Ooh, nice tie up. Tough move there by the other Crawford sister. Both Crawford sisters in the game at the moment. Brinley and Annabelle Crawford, known as the force down low for Kyle Ritchie's Titans.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm telling you.
Nice little outlet, just toss in.
Just
You're going to give him that opportunity.
Nice
So
soft
Crawford is able to connect.
Oh, from downtown. Way back there.
3-ball.
Tinley Morgan enters the
And
game.
Morgan just cuts away at that lead to bring it back to 9.
Great range shown today by the Indians. A few good shots from the arc.
Nice bounce pass underneath, protected, goes baseline, goes and then gets stripped and it goes out of bounds, but he'll stay on this end of the floor.
Nice little spin move off the defender by Brinley Crawford. Just unfortunate. Carl Albert will keep possession.
Notice that El Reno wants to play fast with Carl Albert. They don't want to slow down.
Exactly. Carl Albert continues to
underneath, and she'll get contact out underneath, and she'll go to the line.
That'll be the first on Tinley Morgan.
Shooting 2 in your charity stripe sponsor. Brought to you by Toonies Buys Houses. Buy homes in any condition. You are someone who knows to sell your home for any reason. Give her a call for cash offer, 405-931-3046.
Carl Albert doing a good job this second quarter, moving the ball down low in that post. Wasn't able to break the zone in the first quarter, but since the Crawford twins have came in the game, doing a really good job.
First one was good. Second shot is also good. That's another key when you get into this type of the season is your free throw shooting.
Exactly. So important. We've seen the last ball game, just some missed free throws just kind of hurt the Titans at the end.
It's going to go out. So El Reno misses an opportunity on offensive drive that gets stalled out. Lady Titans to inbounds with 6:45 remaining here in the second quarter. We'll get you an update with Midwest City and Bishop McGinnis, who's also playing on the network. Nice little, just inside the paint. Say, you know what? We're going to take it. Selective selective shots. If I can spit it out.
Perfect, though. Perfect set opportunity on the offense. There's another steal by Jakari Brown.
She's going to take it coast to coast. She waits for the one defender to go by, goes around, rebound with no inside the paint, rolls up and in.
Opportune rebound there by Plunkett, picking that up.
I think they're kind of playing on a mission of last year. They said, we remember that we were in a position where we didn't advance.
Yes, sir.
Whether they get a tie up there in the corner,
that's got
2-on-1 with a double team.
Got to be.
And they'll take it out here on the near side.
However, just being very disciplined so far, not getting themselves into trap foul trouble. Said busy hands but not overly handsy. He said just trying to create these turnovers and get back to normal. So good defense there. Good stand. Ooh,
and a whistle, another push down underneath.
A tough, decisive move there by Aaron Romanos.
So Crawford's going to pick up the foul. It's only going to be her first, team second. Shot at the line, up and in. Second shot, also good. 29-16. Lady Titans with the lead, in command with a great start of the first quarter. Raining in some threes. Oh, man, it's the old broadcaster jinx. You brag up how good they're doing, and then they just kind of throw it out of bounds.
Right. Just a little unfocused there. Just Audrey Plunkett just kind of taking that for granted. Just wasn't aware that Hayden Harrell was going in her direction. Carl Albert's got to stay in this ball game.
See, what El Reno's having trouble with when they bring the ball up with the defender. Oh, banks that off.
Banks off the glass.
That's off the glass. Morgan gets a 3-ball to fall, and the lead cuts back down to 10.
We didn't hear call glass from up here, but that's our second one of the evening, or the afternoon, forgive me.
You know what? And it never reaches in the stats that it was off the glass or banked. Or doesn't matter. It's points. You know?
It counts.
How pretty it was or how ugly it could be.
Is the truth.
So what you don't want to do is, and I'm not suggesting that they are, you don't want to put the foot off the gas, but I mean, you don't want to get too comfortable.
Exactly.
I mean, where you're just kind of, El Reno's just chipping away. They cross the timeline against the pressure. But what I was telling you earlier is when you bring someone up top, you also, with Carl Albert, you're bringing an opponent.
Exactly.
See, they're playing zone. They're not used to that. And now it's underneath, and the bucket counts. And the foul for the and one.
Hayden Harrell caught in the mix of Aaron Romanos. Nice put back in. Love the tough move.
Playing physical underneath. You got to love it. That's going to be her second. It's going to be the team third.
Well, even though they're playing cautious right now, Carl Albert is known to be a physical team.
Yes.
But right now, Aaron Romanos doing all she can to kind of fight back and go against the defense of Carl Albert. Great shot. Unfortunate miss there on the
shot missed. 4:42 and counting. Crosses down underneath. That's where they want to go. And El Reno they said, you're not going to do that to us.
Right.
We're going to collapse down when that ball comes down. There's 2-on-1 down there. It does go out of bounds, so it will stay Carl Albert. But I think that's what that zone did earlier. It took away that low post much. And they really said, okay, we'll take the threes then. But they still don't want to give up on that. And you look at that. There's two right there.
Right.
Just waiting outside. There it is. So
you were right on point, Eric.
If you just say, okay, if that's what you're going to give us, we're going to play that game.
We're going to play that
And
way.
as long as it rains like it is.
They can keep doing it.
With another 3-ball and the Bobby Lewis 3, State Farm, give him a call for a free quote. El Reno coming back down the other way. With the adjust, gets right almost inside the paint. A little bounce up top. 4 to go, and we're under halfway through the second quarter. Looks to drive. Almost loses it. Back up top of the key. Goes left. Looks to drive right. Little hand pass. Oh, fake pass. Oh, that would have been a time to shoot. Second time shot. Up off the glass is no good. Too high.
Too
Rebounded
late.
by the Lady Titans.
Too late on that shot opportunity.
Now coast to coast, and she misses.
It's a little too high.
But look who's down below against two. And a travel is called. So she took an extra step, and the Carl Albert faithful will tell them how much they disapprove of that call.
Just a little bit too many steps on the backward step for Brittany Crawford.
It's funny as you call a game and you see the passion and compassion for your home team, and the Carl Albert side is right underneath us.
Yes.
So we can hear it, and they give it.
One of my favorite parts, Eric. One of my favorite parts for sure.
3.5 to go. El Reno. That tough defense by Carl Albert. Lady Titans. Oh, and that's stripped.
Just too
a deflection.
Quick. It's a little too quick with the
Inside
shot.
the paint. The Lady Titans are able to pick it up and slow it down just a bit as they cross the timeline with 3:12 left to go in the second quarter. Top of the key, eyes it, and decides, go low post, and this is what I said earlier. I saw in some of the regional games, some of the officials are calling a lot of stuff that's away from the ball.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of pushing and jockeying down underneath. Officials are kind of discussing this of what the call is. And again, the displeasure from the I won't call it the peanut gallery, but it's
exactly.
It's really close. They got an opinion.
You'll get a lot of that.
A little bit of substitutions for the El Reno Lady Indians. They're all in white with the blue numbers. Lady Titans in all red. And a little battleship gray with their numbers. Look to inbounds from underneath. Nice little transition, and man, she's got a smooth delivery. So she gets the jumper to go to get the deuce. Lead is now 13. Lady Titans, El Reno trying to launch that one from way up at the top of the charity stripe.
Indians trying to find any amount of space that they can find.
I think you're rushing it. I think you're just trying to make something. And nice little floater, rims out.
Now.
Look who's trying to get the rebound, though. Carl Albert, but Lady Indians come up with it.
She said it, Eric. Indians just rushing most of these shots just a little bit too much.
She got a whistle down there. Well, they're just kind of off a little bit in this quarter.
It's a little tense.
I think it's rush. It's tense. I think, a lot of times you can be scoreboard watching. You can kind of take a peek. You understand. But this will be a great opportunity for El Reno. Just kind of slow it down a little bit, catch their breath, and try to take advantage of two. And they get the first one.
Let's see who that was. Can't say that number, but Coach Jennifer Douglas doing a good job so far on the defensive sets, getting El Reno in the right position. Just on these offensive possessions, just unable to get some of these shots to land. There goes another good 2 free throws, 2 for 2 by Laney Wright.
34-23. Lady Titans with the lead and with the ball at almost the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Looks to drive. Nice little transitional move as she goes strong and then does a little spin move to her right.
Nice.
Puts it up and she gets the foul.
Nice move. Jakari Brown just excellent this afternoon for the Carl Albert Titans. The majority of the points right now, but just an excellent spin move there. Unfortunately, catching, sorry about that. Juliana Thomas down low in the paint, caught her hand in the cookie jar there.
So the Toonies buys houses. Gets both of them knocked in for your charity stripe.
Oh, nice block there. Audrey Plunkett.
Of course, Toonie buys houses. They will buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, give them a call, 405-931-3046. And this one's going to be called with a push. And they're into the bonus now with the final minute 53. That foul is going to be on Sutton, and that's going to be her second.
That will be. It's another unfortunate call away from the basket. Just a small push in the back by Kinley Sutton. Carl Albert,
well, if you can get him this way, like they've done, is chip away a little bit by getting the free throws.
And that's what you got to do, Eric. Just take every possession one at a time.
Rattles in. Was able to capitalize there to make it back to an 11-point contest. 12. They got 37.
Just trying to creep a little bit. El Reno doing a good job these last few possessions.
143. Carl Albert still on a mission. A little drive inside the paint. No good. Rebound picked up by El Reno. Lady Indians coming back down the other way. Cross the timeline. Looks for the give and go. That's taken away. Carl Albert looks for the drive. Up. A little bit off. And an inerrant. A little bit too much off the rim with 1:21 remaining.
Seen some good drives from Juliana Thomas today, but unfortunate miss again. Kinley Sutton.
Oh, man.
Almost inside the arc. Pretty shot. Really pretty shot from Kinley Sutton. She can get on a roll. You give her some space, she's going to take it.
She's done that. Kicked Carl Albert, and with a little bit of a push.
Nice busy hands again. Shakari Brown coming up with another steal.
Bail bonds by Tamara, second quarter. Have you missed the bail on paying a ticket? You can call her, 405-200-5110. 15-plus years of serving the community. Bail bonds by Tamara.
I didn't see who got that last foul, Eric. I'm sorry. Let me see.
Shot up. Looks like number 1. Lady Titans get to 40. That is a pretty good halftime score, basically. I mean, a lot of games end in 40.
Right, and they've done it patiently.
For girls.
Right,
yeah,
they've done it patiently within the offense, not doing anything extravagant or out of the ordinary, just running their offense, taking advantage of all these opportunities, especially the turnovers.
Oh, there's a little bit of give and go, and gets caught up in the wash there.
And like you said earlier, Eric, on these handoffs, on this motion offense, cause a little bit of a congestion.
It is. I mean, because the thing is, kind of, you see that in football. You know, if two receivers kind of come in one general area,
somebody's going to get thrown.
You
off.
Bring both defenders with you. You've got junk. You got 4 people in a small little area.
So much commotion. And Carl Albert, they're known to do this. You know, the same with the motion offense as well, using the handoff technique.
Yeah.
But defenders, as a defender, you really got to be careful about trying to get in that mix.
And you know, whether they're not used to man, you know, I mean, more of a zone, you don't see that. You get a little bit more freedom to do that, and Carl Albert's not letting them do that at all.
I almost try to use it as a screen, but you got to kind of go underneath those.
We'll say they are. I was going to say I just jinxed it in my mind. They are making their free throws, though, and then they just missed that one.
Hey, unfortunate, but trying to close the gap before the half. El Reno doing a good job not letting this game run away, but Carl Albert just being patient. You know,
because the shots that you made here in the first half, you can really go cold.
Exactly.
You know, and they can just keep playing it. So it is, like Coach said, the 32 minutes. Going to round perimeter this and try to take all the clock as you want. Take the last shot if necessary with 19 to go.
Opportunity with no shot clock to be patient.
Oh.
Another one. Caught away from the ball.
Yeah, charge there, and it's what I said. You know, and they're doing a great job. But you know, these officials are not just watching right where the ball is. They're watching all that other stuff that maybe in the regular season you're kind of getting away with.
Exactly, Eric, and that's exactly what I thought yesterday. In most of these games, especially in this tournament.
Yeah.
Some calls you may get away with during regular season. You might have a certain referee kind of focused on the same thing, but when you get into games like this, you get a good crew.
They're watching it all. Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right. So El Reno going to cross the timeline with 10 seconds. Going to try to go coast to coast with it, forces it, and a charge is called.
Kinley Sutton again. Find herself in the right position. Great job by the guard to kind of lead her to that.
Got to love that. She just plants her feet. Well, yeah, and she just ran right in and said, you know what? I've been planted for at least two steps before you got here.
Right. Jada Richardson, number 25 for the Indians. She's known to kind of be a driver for the Indians. She likes to use her size to kind of move her way down the baseline and in the post. But against a team like Carl Albert, you're not going to be able to bulldog and bulldoze your way to the basket from
4
deep.
seconds from way downtown, and that's going to end it. So they want to try to get it. We have got your halftime score, 40-26. Now, we are going to come back and give you an update with Midwest City and Bishop McGuinness, who's also playing over there in Piedmont. Yeah. And the boys, incidentally, Bishop McGuinness, Midwest City, will be here tonight at 7. And the Carl Albert boys, and I think you're going to switch. You're going to go over to Piedmont
and
you see that with Class and SAS. I want to thank our playoff title sponsor, Between the Lines, with join Coach Vic and Tony Johnson on Oklahoma high school girls. Between the Lines, as they deliver thoughtful analysis, in-depth conversations, and meaningful coverage of programs across the state. So, Between the Lines, you can catch them up on social media. Got a lot of connections there. Bail Bonds by Tamara, your second quarter sponsor. We are at the half, 40-26. Carl Albert leads. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
All right, back here at Edmond North, and we are at half. Sorry, it's going to look really bad on me that I picked the wrong team to have the static. Here, a freak out would happen if they saw that score before I put it up. 40-26, Carl Albert leads. Thanks to Kirk Norman, who's keeping me up to date on the other game on the network. 33-26, Bishop McGuinness leads at the half. Both games are here at the half with the Midwest City girls. So Mid-Del finally represented, great with all the teams that they put in for this playoff run. Congratulations, Del City boys and girls advanced to state with their wins the other night on Thursday and Friday. Carl Albert basically with the boys coming up shy against a really I've got to see Newcastle several times this year, and I knew they were going to be a force to be reckoned with. Game went back and forth, and Carl Albert on the short end of the stick, but they'll get to redeem themselves against Class and SAS tonight over in Piedmont. That game will be at 7 o'clock. We'll have the Midwest City boys here tonight against Bishop McGuinness. That should be an interesting matchup as well. My take here, Carl Albert's all business. Their first quarter was just outstanding with outside shot perimeters. I think the game plan for El Reno is let's take away down the low post. That's where girls basketball is dominated, low post. We're going to let you shoot outside. Well, that's the plan, but it doesn't go well when you're training threes, you're getting the outside shots. Carl Albert did that, took advantage in the first quarter, and then they just kind of cruised on through in the second.
Hit it on the head, Eric. Carl Albert's has done a really good job of sustaining the offense and not trying to be, overly aggressive on the offensive end, and just done a really good job taking advantage of the zone defense that the El Reno Indians have put out after, a tough game against the Newcastle Racers, just kind of getting back to their identity and try to see if they can kind of get back to some type of normalcy in a situation like this to move on to this next round. But El Reno put up a really good fight so far, just trying to really do all that they can. If they can kind of cut down some of these turnovers and make some of these easy buckets, but it's just kind of been really difficult for them to get inside the paint. So It's just been a good show thus far. I mean, not overly, aggressive.
Well, and Coach Ritchie knew what the pass was last year and didn't want to end on that. And so, you want to go advance. You want to get to state. You want to be in the Final 8. And I think, that they're looking to do that. I know this is a half. And coaches will always say, throw the first half out because second halves, people make adjustments. There's kind of momentum shifts, and I've said this before, any team that takes the foot off the gas, it's hard to reignite that if you lose it. And then all of a sudden they chip away, and then all of a sudden you got a game, and now you're frustrated. But I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but what I'm saying is just keep doing what you're doing. I think Coach Ritchie will do that and just kind of, take it where you can, make the explanation point to get inside where you have it a state run for next week and get a little bit of rest off the weekend and get ready for a Thursday, Friday onslaught of quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. And it goes pretty fast. And that will some of those games, semifinals, I think they're going to be over in Norman, like at Lloyd Noble, at OU, before they get to the gym. So you'll have to check the listings on the OSSAA for those site locations But first things first, we got to get through second half. We got about 3:42 left before we start second half action. We'll take another timeout, be back to it as you're watching the Carl Albert Lady Titans in the area consolation finals right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Well, welcome back to Edmond North High School as the El Reno Lady Indians are coming out after the locker room after their halftime discussion. I want to thank our playoff title sponsor is Between the Lines. You can join Coach Vic and Tony Johnson on the Oklahoma High School Girls Connection Between the Lines as they deliver thoughtful analysis, in-depth conversations, meaningful coverage of the programs across the great state of Oklahoma. Also, I missed our tip-off sponsor in the very beginning of this contest. I know we won't have a tip-off start second half. They'll take it out from outside. But Del City Chamber of Commerce, trusted resource for advocacy, education, and engagement to help you improve your business. Thank you for your fine sponsorship throughout the year. We'll also have our player of the game coming up. We already kind of have a little side conversation of who is kind of leaning. We're not going to give it away. Don't want you to go just quite yet.
A few thoughts.
Yep. Third quarter sponsor is brought to you by Patrick Newby, Farmers Insurance, locally owned agency. Been around since 1978. Scan the QR code in the upper right of your screen, or you can give him a call, 405-733-7671. Since he's been watching this, and we already did a little shout-out earlier, Kirk Norman and the swim team for Carl Albert, both boys and girls. First time ever in the state to have both the boys and girls win a state title. I know that, Kirk was telling me earlier on in the fall, he said, I think our girls have a chance. I think they do.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah. He believed in that. I knew what the boys were going to do.
Right.
And what they were going to bring, but the girls really brought it too. So congratulations. Home of Champions just keep
huge.
They have a wing that's going to have to be added on. It's going to have to be the trophy room. Like OU has Heisman Row, and you have all those.
Yes, just love it. Love that. Love that display. Love to see, what the Titans have done. Throughout the last, couple of decades, you might say. It's kind of ironic.
Well, yeah, and Coach Dunn, when he was interviewed after, he said, when I was over, and he said, Ada had 19. He said, I was back in the 90s. He says, no one's going to catch that.
Exactly.
And then, they did it last year to tie it, this year to get the 20th.
Crazy.
And now the boys and girls, hopefully we'll know a little bit later on the boys if they can get past class and SAS, but the girls can punch their ticket to state. Easy math in this one.
No doubt.
Winner advances to state in the Final Eight, and the losers will wrap up their season. El Reno will get the opening up high up off the glass and a miss, and that's really you don't want. Well, you talked about this earlier. Every possession matters.
Every possession matters. Aaron Romanos using some good moves down low, but the defense of Audrey Plunkett kept her away from the basket, and Zoe Johnson, just a slight miss there underneath the basket.
Rolls.
But this is only one half to go for the Indians. A lot of senior heavy on this team right now. So it's going to mean a lot.
So now we got an opportunity for both teams to come up shy. Nice little drive. Oh, a good stop on defense. I like that. A little bit of tenacity and a little bit of El Reno yelling.
Nice
We
footwork.
get to hear both sides of the fan base of what they dislike on possibly a call or a no call.
Nice feet work there by
Pounding
Plunkett.
underneath. Ooh. And there is contact underneath.
Just over the back of Malia Hatchett there. That'll be another one. First on Laney Wright.
And always will clarify, there isn't really no over-the-back rule, but it's content. I can go over the back, basically over your back and steal it or get it, and there's as long as there's no contact.
Exactly.
But with traditionally, you'll have people yell it and scream it all the time.
No, exactly.
And you say, over the back.
Technically said, there is not such thing.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to, stutter that around and get caught up. Oh, and that's going to be a walk. Travel is the call. And, hey, she had a great steal.
Right.
Tried in transition, but Carl Albert got three people back immediately, and she just couldn't take the exchange.
Just try to stop just a little bit short for Hallie Ferguson, trying to make a move. Great turnover. Just trying to create some opportunity for her teammate. Guarded by Hayden Harrell at the top. Been given Juliana Thomas, just fits all game. Nice move there by Thomas. Unfortunate miss again. Ooh, on her own rebound, put the putback. Juliana Thomas. Nice, tough move against a great defensive effort by Hayden Harrell.
So is 6 to go. Top of the key. Rotate that around and a little bit of more perimeter passing by the Lady Titans. A give and go inside the lane, gets caught up, gets tied up, and there's a whistle on the floor.
Good move there by Hayden Harrell. Nice tough move there by Hayden Harrell. I think you may have called that foul again on Hallie Ferguson. Unfortunately. Both teams doing a really good job thus far. Nice first one there by Hayden Harrell. The original starting five in the ball game right now, of course, led by the senior, Jakari Brown and Audrey Plunkett, both seniors on this squad. We did mention that during the pregame. Definitely mention it again.
Toonies buys houses, knocks them both.
Knocks them both down. Good job.
That's what you have to do. And high school basketball is take advantage of all those opportunities because they are free. A miss off the mark. Carl Albert going to go fast break, go coast to coast. Fails out of that. Crossword pass. Drives inside the lane. Dish out. Picked up. Another little nice move underneath, up the glass, and that's in.
Catching him off guard, Audrey Plunkett. The senior dumping it down to the freshman, Brinley Crawford, at the perfect post move. Finding herself in a great position.
What did we talk about at the half?
Right.
You saw it right there.
Exactly.
You had four bodies there, and you know it's an easy layup on the fast break opportunity up and in for the Lady Titans.
Nice by the senior, Jakari Brown, doing a really good job. Said today, playing the game like it's her last. Being very patient on the offensive end, Carl Albert. Another missed opportunity, unfortunate. Should be a little slow to get up.
Nice. And what El Reno took away in the first quarter is now opened up for Carl Albert, and they're going to take it both sides. So
three.
You get the three ball.
Was that a 2-pointer by? Didn't see the signal.
It was three because it's 48. It was 45.
There you go. Zoe Johnson, first 3-pointer of the night. First points of the night for the freshman.
Your Bobby Lewis Insurance, surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you in Choctaw and in Del City.
Juliana Thomas out of the game at the moment. Bringing in Tinley Morgan, who's been really good from the 3-point line this afternoon. Another foul call on the Titans. Referees doing the best
Yeah,
they can this afternoon.
Well, it's just our refs in the stands that have a little bit something else to say.
You can't
I understand
please
about not agreeing to a call, but telling them what hold back on their whistle. But El Reno with a trap there gets that one stolen, pickpocket, and then a push back behind. So yeah, it's frustration. You get the ball stolen, you're going to give the little push. It's going to be the third team foul for El Reno.
El Reno's got to be careful. They're going to find themselves in the bonus pretty soon with a lot of time left on this
timeout
clock.
by El Reno. So they call a timeout. We'll take it with them.
Right.
We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Celebrating 10 years. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Back to Edmond North High School, site of the Lady Titans. Really in a showcase, really kind of taking care of business and really started in the first quarter.
Right. Definitely knew the Titans would come out showing, a level of cautiousness, kind of being, kind of getting back to business. And they've done a really good job this afternoon, sticking kind of with what they do and what they've done throughout the season.
Oh, nice little move to
there by Zoe Johnson. But
Johnson takes it straight to the hoop.
But like I said, Carl Albert's known to kind of be an up-tempo game, and sometimes Coach Ritchie does have them in a lot of offensive sets. But given the defense from the Indians, they've been able to kind of play into that game and get some really good shots up and be, within the offense. And so they're doing a really good job so far.
So the Titans, Coach Ritchie didn't like something. We'll keep it here.
Right.
3:43 remaining here in the third quarter. I want to thank our title sponsor with Between the Lines. You can join Coach Vic and Tony Johnson, breaking down all of the high school sports. A lot of games in action.
Oh, yeah.
We'll try to keep up as much as we can. We've got the last update that Midwest City trailed at the half against Bishop McGuinness. That game is played up in Piedmont. We're going to flip it for the Carl Albert faithful, including yourself. At the conclusion of this game, you'll head over to Piedmont so you can catch the boys for the 7 o'clock start as they will take on Class and SAS.
Big game.
And then the Midwest City crowd will have to come down here for the boys' game as they will take on Bishop McGuinness. Well, I guess both crowds. Bishop McGuinness.
A lot of great games. Just an unfortunate miss there by Crawford. Good look.
It's missed off the arc, the side of the rim. Looks to drive inside. A little give and go, and boy, a give and go and a heave-ho because there wasn't really much of a shot. You're taught that if there is a little bit of contact, you're going to throw your arms up like you're in the act of shooting. And, if it goes in, great. If not, then we'll go to the line.
As soon as she felt that contact, Hallie Ferguson went into the chest of Hayden Harrell, creating that foul opportunity.
Try to chip into that Carl Albert lead. 3:30 left to go here in the third. Shot up and good.
Ferguson landing that second, bringing the Indians a little bit closer. So only
every
by
little
18.
bit helps.
Every possession counts, especially from then here on out, especially for both teams. From the arc, just a little long there by Sutton. Good rebound. Indians have some great rebounding tonight. I mean, it's got to be almost even on both parts, but doing a really good job on the boards, giving the size advantage. That'll be off the foot.
Yeah, it's just right outside.
Aaliyah Hatchell coming to the ball game for Kinley Sutton. Great job so far by that young lady. Uh-oh. Good defense there by Malia Hatchett. Able to kind of use that body to shield off Tinley Morgan. Said Indians had some good looks at the board, Eric, just not able to land some of these.
And that was the key. I mean, it's like setting this up in this tone, drives inside.
Nice. All right.
Put back up off the glass is good for 2.
Nice move by Jakari Brown. Picking up her own rebound, getting that one up quick.
Now showing the dominance underneath.
No doubt.
Back up to a 20-point lead.
Juliana Thomas will come back into the game for Hallie Ferguson this time. Juliana went out just after a small fall last, kind of coming back to the game to see if she can kind of help the Indians out a little bit.
She passes up top. Looks to drive. Kick out, top of the key. Looks to drive, stops momentarily, then pops. Bounces off the front rim. That was a decent look, but does not fall for the Lady Indians. And Lady Titans come quickly down the floor. Little kick out, little readjust at the 3 mark. Oh, it comes up short.
It's a little short, a little shy. Just from out.
Comes up a little shy, and with $1:37 remaining here in the third. Here in the Husky gym, they call it Siberian. Isn't that something?
Really?
Yeah, it's outside. Yeah,
okay.
Well, if you're in the Huskies,
I see the
Siberia, yeah.
Right, I like it. Very nice facilities here at Edmond North.
Posting here for the area consolation finals.
Right.
Winner will advance to state in the conclusion of another 9 minutes and 20 seconds.
Almost in there.
Loose ball, fight for it. Carl Albert Titans with the ball.
Tough move. Zoe Johnson.
Oh, nice little move. Second one, then up around her opponent, up off the glass, but to get the rebound put back up is no good. Almost third time's a charm, and then a whistle on the floor.
Tough right there by Laney Wright in there battling with the Titans.
Yeah.
Zoe Johnson with a pretty move, just not able to get that one to fall. You can see the physicality, intensity is just kind of risen just a little bit. Carl Albert looking to close this one out to move on. El Reno looking to close this one out to see if they can make it tougher on the Titans going into this fourth quarter.
And the final minute as they cross the timeline with no defense there, no pressure at all.
Another good look.
It's kind of like
no pressure.
Letting the time elapse.
Right.
Drives, baseline, reverse layup. I see you.
I think she's making a
campaign for the player of the game.
Nice little reverse move through the traffic. By Jakari Brown, senior Jakari Brown.
Yeah, she's just putting on a clinic.
Right.
Give and go underneath, up, and no good. Rebound. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a little bit too much. I was surprised they called that on Crawford. I mean, it's
like I say, a lot of calls away from the basket and kind of trying to catch them off guard. We've seen that a lot throughout this tournament, pretty much with most of the teams.
Well, they will put El Reno in the bonus. The next foul. Substitutions coming from the Carl Albert bench. Lady Titans getting some fresh players in.
Good defense there, but good, even better offense on the turnaround by Aaron Romanos. Good move there in the post. Just a small travel again by Crawford. Unfortunate. I say Carl Albert doing a good job. No reason to get overly emotional in a moment like this. Just kind of stick to doing what you're doing.
A heave-ho at the – oh, man, it would have counted.
Almost.
And went right off the back iron to M3. Nice, comfortable lead, but we've got 8 minutes left to go in this one. before someone will advance to state. Will it be the Lady Titans? We'll find out next, right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
In a situation like this.
All right, so we're back here at Edmond North High School. Thanks to our title sponsor. Between the Lines is your title sponsor, and now into your fourth quarter is Titan Storage.
Well, we've seen some really good displays on the offensive end by the Titans, being able to run their offense and utilize their weapons, such as Akari Brown and Audrey Plunkett. Doing what they do.
Oh, a little travel call
Too many steps.
underneath.
Yeah,
Too
trying
many.
to back her up, trying to use that body, create that space.
Titan Secure Storage, proud to be tonight's quarter sponsor, is a veteran-owned, operated business here in East Oklahoma City. Honor and responsibility to serve our community with care and lots of discount options. At Titan Secure Storage, your treasures aren't just secure, they're Titan Secure. You can visit them online or you can give them a call, 405-987-8673 for more information. Final fourth quarter coming in.
Deep from deep. In there. It's in there.
And a 3-ball was able to get the El Reno crowd on their feet.
That's the third.
Try to say that, you know what, we're not going to lay down and die.
Exactly. Can't do it, especially in a moment like this. For some of these seniors, it could be their last ball game, so you kind of got to leave it all on the court.
Yeah, it's kind of all or nothing.
Right.
Looks to drive, kick out. Again, a little round-robin perimeter passing. Oh, nice. She, instead of handing it off, she took it out and took that defender right around her. I like that.
Very smart move there. Carl Albert still showing a lot of patience.
And we're going to take a little bit of time off the clock, too. And we mentioned next year we're going to see a shot clock coming in the older schools.
It's going to make it a little bit more exciting.
But, you know, this is good strategy. As long as you have it, we're just going to do this, and we're just going to take time off the clock.
Right.
Tick, 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 and then we're finally going to have to do something about it and pick up their first foul of the fourth quarter for the El Reno Lady Indians.
It might be maybe 4.
It's going to be her
Hallie
third.
Is it?
I'm just going by what the.
You're right.
Well, I'm just going by the scoreboard. That doesn't mean that's right. Do we have a technical? Double technical
we do.
foul.
On double. On Hayden Harrell as well.
Okay.
Probably a little skirmish, a little brush up.
Coach Ritchie's kind of moving them down the bench, I see. Okay. A little in-house keeping there.
Mm-hmm. Sideline management.
Huh? Coach said that, and we've not really seen any fatigue at all. But he says if you get tired, he says I got a good bench.
Right.
So you know, I mean, let's not let's not say that we want to stay on the floor.
Right.
You know, we got that in the pregame matchups.
When they're tired, I always wonder who really wants to come off. Good move there by Plunkett again.
Oh,
the senior for the N1
and the harm.
Nice.
Boy, don't you love that? The bucket and the foul.
Probably not what Coach Douglas wanted for the Indians, but great move by the Titans, especially after that double technical.
Toonies buys houses, free throw opportunity for the N1. Try to get the 3-point swing. Of course, we looked at the scores, and, you know, you hate to do that. But, I mean, they're kids. They see it. You know, and Carl Albert had beaten El Reno.
Yes.
The last, they're going to call timeout.
Right.
We'll take a timeout with them. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Finishing out that and one opportunity there by Audrey Plunkett. Nice free throw make. Especially a situation like this is a great chance to get some practice in on those free throws, Eric.
Oh, and in that little onslaught in state, you get everybody that's kind of equally matched, and it's going to come down to what?
Exactly.
It's going to come down to a point or two, and how are you going to get those points? Like, for example, one of the games last night, Lawton High losing by 1 point.
1 point.
And I mean, you go back and look at the game and say, well, how many of those did you miss at the line? So.
Everyone is detrimental. You hate to put that type of pressure on any team, but playing again in a ball game like these, you know that every team, they don't get here by no reason, so you got to take advantage of every opportunity.
Lady Titans kind of set up a little bit of a shop to kind of drain some of this clock as we're under 6 minutes now. Nice give and go, up and in, boy. Just when they lulled me to sleep, they lulled El Reno to sleep.
Exactly.
And they'll say, okay, we're going to play that. We're going to go right underneath. El Reno quickly down the floor, puts up a shot, no good, rebounded by the Lady Titans. Crosses the timeline with 5:37 left to go, and she's not going to, I thought she was going to take it all the way.
Just quick.
Not wait, she's going to back out.
Such quickness by the freshman, Zoe Johnson.
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit too much.
It's
a little too aggressive with the push. I know some of the fan base didn't like that. It's like, okay.
And you touched on it earlier, Eric. Every time Carl Albert kind of seizes the moment with their possession and creates a shot opportunity, El Reno tries to compensate through an early shot up there on the last possession and then creating this foul out of just frustration. There's no reason right there for Thomas to foul Zoe Johnson with so much time left on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the time to, but I think it's not only that.
Right.
I think it's frustration. I think you've played this team twice.
Right, Eric. Exactly.
You came up on the losing end. You know that your season is coming to an end.
You're gonna do whatever.
But you just don't want it to get ugly at all. You know what I mean?
At all. Don't get beside yourself. Said Juliana Richardson or Juliana Thomas has been doing a really good job this season. Good drive again there by Richardson. Has some good ones today, just not landing some of these layups, but she's done a good job trying to drive the basket against a tough Carl Albert defense. Crowd still unsatisfied with the calls.
Yeah, that's basketball. If I didn't hear it, I think there would be something wrong.
Something would be wrong.
Something would be wrong, definitely.
Got to love the fans. Got to love the emotions.
Well, not to the point where some of these people have gotten ejected out of games.
That's not necessary.
I think there's certain things that you do.
Totally unnecessary. Exactly.
So Bishop McGinnis leads at the end of 3, 55-42. Thank you, Mr. Kirk Norman.
Thanks, Coach.
Giving us the updates there and keeping an eye on some of the Mid-Del schools.
Make there by Richardson.
We're trying to make them all punch their way into the state.
Right.
Representing Mid-Del.
Exactly.
Already got Del City, and looks like Carl Albert Lady Titans. We're just going to go coast to coast, but a little last-minute strip on her way up for a free layup, she thought.
Aaron using that length.
She said no. Taking it for a three ball, and man, she connects.
Okay.
All right. Now it's down to a 19-point lead and a timeout. That's what we say about, I'm not saying you've taken the gas off, but momentum shifts. Let's see what happens in the next 5 minutes, less under, right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Well, El Reno Lady Indians going to try to
see if they can
make a little run to claw their way back.
All right.
Well, that's what their objective is.
Coach
Your
Douglas
Titan
now
storage
to
fourth quarter.
All right, sorry about that, Eric. But Coach Douglas switching to the full court press, trying to see if she can try to change this.
Yeah. Well, this is all or nothing right here. This is what you got to do.
Right. Got to try to put some pressure throughout this ball game. They kind of have allowed Carl Albert to get down the court and set up their offense, which kind of created this lead, them knocking down these shots. But now Coach Douglas will switch it up, trying to implement a little bit more pressure here for the Indians.
Well, and the other thing is, too, I mean, a travel is called. Now, see, this is where, and I know Coach Ritchie, this is driving him nuts. Because, I mean, it's like, okay, 19-point lead. You can look up the scoreboard and say, oh, okay, good. You can't do that. And I'm not suggesting that they are, but, the thing is, when you play a little bit of the stall ball, if you want to call it that, you get out of your rhythm of who you are.
Exactly.
And, right now it's not a factor, but, El Reno is not going away.
Well, it's about rhythm. You don't want to lose that rhythm.
There's a little bit of a walk. Yeah, see.
Definitely.
She loses the ball. She had to pick it up. Unfortunately, you can't dribble it at that point.
No.
You take a couple of steps. And
she forgot.
So that's okay.
Right.
No harm, no foul. 19-point lead. Lady Titans almost at the halfway point here of this fourth and final period.
Again, great movement and defense set up here by the Indians, creating this pressure now.
There's a throwaway, and that's going to go out of bounds.
Just like you said, Eric, trying to take a little bit of this momentum away from Carl Albert.
Yeah, it's, they're still kids. I mean, they know, just
exactly.
It's kind of like we played this team twice. We know what the scores were there. We're kind of skating through this, and you can't, at this time of the year. And so good learning experience right here. A little give and go down underneath. Carl Albert going to play a little defense on the outside perimeter. Hits the front of the rim, no good. Nice rebound underneath.
Nice rebound there. Fortunate miss by Sasha Elledge.
Now just go. I mean, they're going to want to play tempo with you. Just go back and play tempo with them again.
Exactly.
I don't think there's any problem with that at all.
No doubt. I was trying to set this offense up.
A little perimeter passing down with 3:39 left to go. Top of the key. Coach Ritchie giving instructions on the floor. Everybody widen out. He's giving a couple of calls there from the side.
Patience.
3:22 and counting. No, they are already in the bonus, so you're going to foul. Loose ball picked up. It's on the sideline, and they're going to call timeout. Coach Ritchie, just in the last second, saved his player from desperation of being out and losing a possession, so he called quickly a timeout.
Caught up in that trap right there.
We'll call 30 seconds, yeah. I mean, I understand the philosophy, and it's good. It's working. But El Reno, and Coach said this in the pregame. He said, this coach, opposing coach, she's been here before. She won a state title, and she knows. And, it's going to take the 32 minutes. It's going to take all of this. And we're going to still play like that. I don't think anybody's showing any kind of fatigue or tiredness. And coaches deliberately, and we mentioned this style of basketball is going to change next year for the bigger classes, as they're going to have a shot clock for the big classes. Be interesting to see that. Most teams, like the boys, I don't think they'll have any problems at all. I've hardly seen any teams try to slow down in boys basketball.
Yeah,
it's up and down the court so fast.
Exactly, Eric. See a lot of these up-tempo teams, a lot of these high-paced offenses, that'll create that same effect for these certain teams like Carl Albert.
They'll play with you on what they need to, and they know that you're gonna foul them, you're gonna put them on the line, and that's okay. So we're gonna right out here, and you're gonna come get us, and we're just gonna milk this clock. 2:48 and counting. It's really what you need, and there you go. And now we'll go to the line.
Sasha Ellis had done a good job so far. But smart play by Jakari Brown to.
And the Toonies buys houses. We buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please give them a call for a cash offer today. 405-931-3046. At the line, shot up, bounces once, and no good. If you're El Reno, that's the only way you're really going to get the ball back.
Gotta
foul and put them at the line and at least try to get the ball and then maybe try to get a steal, but you're just forcing the hand.
Right.
Nails that one. Back to a 20-point lead. 2:43 and counting here in the fourth and final period. Lady Titans look to punch their ticket to state in the final 8. Going to be played next week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Different locations before they get to the new OG&E Coliseum. Nice little... She had her hands up.
She had her hands up.
It's
tough.
It's
tough call, just one of those situations. Shakari Brown just really trying to keep herself set, maybe just a little bit, maybe just a slight hip motion there.
Little ticky-tack.
I'd probably say the same, Eric. Definitely have to say
that's
the
why
same.
we're up here and they're down there.
Exactly.
That's why I always say it.
We just do what we can.
That's right. Look to inbounds underneath their own goal. Going to get the 5-second count. It was. So just, you get a little you just get that antsiness. You say, it's getting close. Yeah, sure enough.
Exactly.
5 seconds. They were able to put it in and turnover. Carl Albert Lady Titans with the ball. Going to slow this down as Coach Ritchie is going to perimeter pass your way. Say, come get me. Come foul me. Put me at the line.
Just waiting.
Play, keep away.
Didn't see away from the ball. Foul on Hayden Harrell. It's like maybe a hold or screen.
Yeah. Down at the 2:04 mark.
Not a lot of time left in this ball game.
Yeah.
Reno just seeing if they could just put some points on the board before the closing of this ball game.
Yeah, their seniors are going to play with some spark. And, you get to this point,
right.
And you get to the area consolation, it just means so much.
Exactly, Eric. And then
did enough in
nice.
The foul
Hallie Ferguson.
and the bucket. The basket counts.
Just like you say, Hallie Ferguson making a statement. She's not going out without just a little bit of a bang.
Remember, we're going to have our Carl Albert Player of the Game announced here shortly.
Sure.
Timeout is called. So as far as, and we said this earlier, OSN teams, I was so proud that of 13 schools, 8 made the playoffs,
Right.
5 made the semifinals, 3 made the finals, 2 state champions, and 1 runner-up. Let's do that in basketball. Can we do it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we got to run with Del City, both boys and girls. We've got Newcastle, both boys and girls. Looks like Carl Albert girls. Hopefully Carl Albert boys tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Midwest City boys, unless the girls from Midwest City can pull that out. But they have trailed Bishop McGuinness most of their contest. They're probably into the fourth quarter by now.
Such a cool thing to see. All these teams, all these OSN teams getting to move on.
I like it.
I love it, Eric.
I like it.
I said I feel lucky to kind of come in when I did, being able to see such great ball and have the access that we've had to some of these teams. So many great teams, so many great coaches, so many great personalities.
Love Coach Ritchie's comments at the conclusion of this ball game, so they'll want to stay here. And
for sure.
Gordy will go there and get Coach's comments.
Love interviewing Coach Ritchie. So, yeah, but congratulations to the El Reno Indians.
Yeah,
making it to this point,
put up a good fight. Yeah, I mean, and I know there's no moral victories, but I mean, you talk about class of 32, and you get to area consolation. If you get to state, that's really special. That's 8. The consolation rounds will get you part of that,
right?
And a good representation of some great basketball on the west side. I know that in the 5A realms for the boys, you got Tulsa Memorial, you got Booker T.
So many good teams.
And so the West is well represented as well in the final minute 9 and counting. They're not going to do anything, won't need to at this point. Just come and foul and put us at the line if you really want the ball back, because other than that, we're just going to drain this clock with under a minute. Some of the Carl Albert Titan fans on their feet with the claps, congratulating the girls on a ticket to the state tournament of the final 8 in Class 5A. What a way that will be. I'll let you probably head down to get interview with Coach here shortly.
Yes, sir.
Reno's not going to want to do anything either.
Stay tuned and stay around for our player of the game as well.
Yep.
We'll get a chat with her.
Let you announce that. Little floater up, and look at that for a shot that goes in. Down on the other side with the final 19 seconds. Up off the glass. It's good for 2. And the final 10 seconds, as we said in the pregame, one team is going to go on to state. The other team's season is going to come to an end, and that is going to do it. The Carl Albert Lady Titans will advance to state. They punched their ticket 62-45, and a great display against the El Reno Lady Indians. I think Carl Albert finished second. El Reno finished third in the district. They kind of met twice in the regular season, and then they came to final it out in the area consolation finals. This is the first of our 2 games, because when we conclude this broadcast, we'll come back right before 7 o'clock and do Midwest City Boys, and they will be taking on Bishop McGinnis. We'll also have Carl Albert Titans going to be taking a trip, the fan base will, to Piedmont and root on the boys as they will take it on Class and SAS. So there's a lot of handshaking going on. I know that Coach Ritchie is going to probably talk to his team, and they're going to get a presentation of a little hardware. Always like to have some hardware taken back. Carl Albert Titans, it's something to take home with. I want to thank our title sponsor. It's Between the Lines, where you can join Coach Vic and Tony Johnson, Oklahoma High School Between the Lines. They deliver thoughtful analysis, in-depth conversations, meaningful coverage across the great state of Oklahoma. A couple of pictures going to be taken there on the court. And we'll hopefully get to Coach Ritchie here and some of his final comments before he goes in the locker room. Nice little pink shirt and tie. The dress up. So I think he's going to also get our player of the game.
They want to see you. Great job tonight. I want to ask you first, Jakari, being it's your senior year, what does a game mean like this?
I know when I go home, this could have been possibly the last game, and I didn't want to be at the last game. So I had to do everything I could to make sure we got to state and make it to the next round.
You came out with a lot of intensity today, and we've seen a lot of points from you tonight. So what made this team successful most of all tonight?
Team ball. We're clicking, playing good as a team and stuff. So we're feeding off of each other, and that's what's getting us rolling.
So how did it feel out there to kind of close this one out on a personal note?
Felt great. Yeah, rivalry game. It felt good to get on top of that. So felt great.
What are you most looking forward to about moving on to this next round?
Getting the wins.
I like it. We're excited to see it. Congratulations. You are a Whataburger player of the game. We appreciate your time. We'll talk to you, Coach Ritchie. What do you want to say about this coach real quick?
He's a funny coach. He tries his best, but he tries to get it done, and he got it done today.
Well, great job, Jakari. Great job out there. Thank you so much.
Jakari Brown, senior, and our player of the game from Whataburger.
Thanks, Coach Ritchie. I appreciate your time. How does it feel, Coach, to go ahead and close out this game?
Good. And I am who I am. These girls bust their butt every day, but we're not done.
Love the emotion, Coach, and we see it from you, and that's what I love the most about watching you and being able to get these conversations with you, Coach. What was the biggest difference that you've seen in tonight's ball game?
Heart. And I mean, it says a difference. It's not a difference. Those girls have heart. Heart. They battle. They have to put up with me every day. I mean, that's saying enough.
They have a lot of your identity over, and you see all the time, Coach. They play with the toughness, and they have their heart, just like you do. What did you feel that you guys were really able to execute well tonight as to some of these previous games?
Well, I challenged them on defense. I thought the first half we didn't play very good defense, and Gordy, you've interviewed me enough. That leads into our offense, and so much better second half. And obviously you saw the result at the end.
Right. It was a great ball game, a great display of the toughness on the defensive end, great display of the patience and toughness on the offensive end, Coach. Wish you best. Congratulations, and we cannot wait to see you guys on the next round. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you for everything you do.
Oh, thank you so much. All right, back to you guys, Eric.
All right, thank you. Gordy Jones with also our player of the game and senior Jakari Brown, that she really put on a display there. And the Whataburger player of the game. Whataburger on 15th. Build your Whata deal today. A Whataburger with new Big Ranch wrap, premium Whata chicken bites, or the bacon cheese Whataburger Jr. Eat big for just a little. Only at Whataburger. So that is your final 62-45. The Carl Albert Lady Titans have punched their ticket to state, and you'll kind of see who their matchups will be when they have that released, and that will be shortly, so you'll know where you'll be heading Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for both boys and girls action. We'll take a brief timeout, close out this broadcast for Blake Unruh, for Gordy Jones, myself, Eric Sherem. We'll come back again right before 7 o'clock for those who are watching Mid-Dell basketball, because we've got the Midwest City boys taking on Bishop McGuinness. That's all right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.